Interesting stock picks coming your way now. Brian, we're going to start with you in the pharmaceutical area.
Yeah, Horizon Pharmaceuticals, HZNP is my stock. This has been a great performer here over the last couple of weeks. Home Run Investor actually added this stock back when it was right around 11 bucks. It ran up to 18 recently on the news of a merger and acquisition. They're buying an Irish company, and I think we all know what happens when you buy an Irish company right around St. Patrick's Day. Your stock goes up, right?
Okay, that will depend on you to tell us.
Right. So what they're looking for is just the tax benefits there. Obviously, you're going to get a much lower corporate tax rate there. That's going to help profitability. They've also moved up profitability guidance. The stock moved up nice and high. It has come back recently here as the biotechs have been hit over the last couple of days, but I still think this is a great stock to look forward to over the next coming quarters. Probably going to produce several more beats. Would still want to be looking at it even in the mid-teen range.
Okay, and we've all decided if there's a questionable road to travel, we're going to let you travel it by yourself. just putting it out.
That's me. That's what I do.
Dave, you're looking at car parts.
Yeah, well, I mean, not just stocks, but I actually was looking at car parts, and that's what got me into this thing.
Okay.
Every year around this time, you're looking at, what can I do to the car to make it, in my case, I'm a little bit of a hot rodder, so I'll make it faster, make it, cooler looking.
Oh.
But anyway, so I came across this Motorcar Parts of America. MPAA is the ticker. And a few of us have actually written about it in the past. I know Todd wrote a Bull of the Day a few months back. And basically, if you look at the U.S. auto fleet right now, the average car is like 10 years old, which is pretty shocking. I didn't realize that. So what people are doing is rather than going out and buying that new car, you're buying parts and replacing, the parts on your old car and just kind of keeping it running and keeping it on the road. Big reason why I like it from a technical standpoint, it just keeps pulling back to support, pulling back to a trend line, and then it kind of continues higher. So it's not one of those stock that just rockets, but it's just kind of slow and steady winning the race. And if you look at that price and consensus chart that we have on Zacks.com, it looks pretty nice too. So just up and to the right. So hopefully that continues.
Cool. Got all the right plugs in too.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. Nina, you have an ETF.
Yes, it's the financial sector ETF. The ticker is XLF. And there are a lot of reasons to like financials as of now. First, last week on Thursday, the Federal Reserve released the stress test results.
For the banks, yeah.
For the banks. And 29 out of 30 big banks passed the stress test. So that means that this week, they will most likely get their capital plans approved, which means more dividends and more buybacks, returning more cash to investors. Okay. And of course, US banks are in much better health now. Their capital levels have almost doubled since the dark days of financial crisis. Liquidity levels are very comfortable now, and their earnings were at record high last quarter. And of course, financials do well in an increasing, steepening yield curve and higher interest rate scenario. Their net interest margins will improve. And of course, loan growth is also going to improve with the improving economy. And insurance also does well in higher interest rate scenario. So this ETF is a low-cost and convenient method of getting exposure, a very diversified exposure to the financial sector. It is the most popular ETF within the financial sector, with more than $18 billion in assets and trades in heavy volume, so liquidity is very good. Has about 40% exposure to banks and about 17% exposure to insurance companies. Oh. And last but not the least, it is Zacks ranked #1. Strong buy ETF.
Okay, thank you all for that. Don't forget, more stock picks and stock picking strategies on our website, Zacks.com. If you're not there already watching this video, get on over and check them out. And check back frequently because they change frequently. Meantime, with everyone here, I'm Terry Ruffalo.